often in a program you want to repeat doing something a certain number of times. So there are two ways that you can do this, two main ways of repeating. One is while, and one is for in range. Okay, so it's useful if you want to look this up. Search W3 Schools while loops and W3 Schools for loops for the 2 pages with lots of examples. What I'm going to do, well, I'll explain this to you. What's happening here? We've got a space and we're going to put 1 in it to begin with. Then we say while that value, that bucket is less than 6, and it is at the minute because it only has 1 in, do the following things. We've got colon to say do the following things, and everything we want to do is, can you see it's indented? It's a tab indented. So while my variable is less than 6, do these things, print its value, and then make I become equal 1 more than it was last time by 1. Add 1 onto it. So it will become, start with 1, we'll print 1, add 1 to that, so it's 2. Is that less than 6? Yes. So I will print the number 2. Then I'll add 1 to it, that will become 3. Is that less than 6? Yes. So I'll print it. I'll add 1 to that, that makes it 4. Is that less than 6? Yes. So I'll print 4. I'll add 1 to that, that makes it 5. Is that less than 6? Yes. So I will print 5. I will add 1 to it, that becomes 6 now. Is that less than 6? No, it's not less than 6 anymore, and it won't print that. Here is a different way of doing it, and I'm using it in range. The examples they've got in W3 Schools are a little bit more complicated. They just use a different technique, so I wanted something more number-based. Here, while x is in the range of 6, and what it does is, instead of looping around and checking each time, it just does it from 0, so it will become from 0 to 5, I believe. It will print that value that many times, it will loop round and it's checking itself then. And then when it finishes, notice I outdent again. Otherwise, when it's not in that range, print a nice little message. I'm going to pause this and get my programs ready to show you. Here, so I've copied this program in. Things to be aware of. Notice I've got to put a colon at the end of the while line, so it knows everything else after it that is indented is going to be one of the instructions. And when I typed a return, it's actually indented for me. Notice also that the print command, I haven't said this before, but the print command, always you have to put what you're going to print in brackets. That's because it's a special word you've taught Python, or that Python has learnt. It's a function in its own right, and all its values always have to go in brackets. So I'm going to run that, and you can already see from there what it will show. There, and I talked you through that earlier. It does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it doesn't print 6 because it will only work when the number is less than 6. I'll just type in the other one. So I've made that a little bit simpler. For x in range 6, I must not talk in class. So I told you at the beginning, programming is all about doing boring jobs repeatedly. So if I were given lines in class for talking, what I'd do is I'd get a program to do it for me. I'm going to run this now. Okay, so it's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's done it 6 times. What I'm going to do, I just going to try it because I want to know what the number is that it's doing each time. So I'm going to go back to the original. Oh, yeah. X. I'm sure you're shouting at me. Okay, so this is a really good example to show you that computers count from 0 upwards. So the first number that a computer counts is 0, so it counts 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why it's only gone up to 0, up to 5. It has done it 6 times, but it started from its first number, which is 0. An interesting little feature. Okay.